Hi, Adrian.
Hello.
Today's a big conflict because when we were talking yesterday about the schedule for the fall, I felt like there were a bunch of groans, like that they wouldn't be able to come on the Tuesdays. I know, but I no, I mean it's 9:30, but and then it would be back to back. But the fact that there's not going to be a Wednesday, but I think Tuesdays in general have been a conflict for many. Hi, Deb.
Hi, how you doing?
Good to see you.
Yeah, back up north I am.
Oh, I forget. Are you in Canada?
Michigan.
Michigan.
Traverse
Okay.
City, Michigan. Yeah.
Okay. And
I'm
Adrian,
what
where are you?
I'm in Canada. I'm in,
You are.
well, Kitchener Waterloo. So I'm not far from Michigan. Like I'm 3 hours from the border.
Oh.
Like due north?
No, I would be because I'm southwestern Ontario, so I am east of Michigan.
Okay.
So,
Like
and I'm
Canadian
going to
geography.
Traverse City in September.
Really?
Yeah.
You should get in touch with me. I got a lot of info about it.
Oh, okay.
That's where I live. Yeah.
Oh, Nancy, I was just going to say Tuesdays is usually golf league day.
Yeah, that's what
So,
I know. I asked to switch to Thursday, but it was already I think it was already taken by other classes or other teachers. So
yeah.
um, I mean, I think the schedule is pretty set now at this point for next year. But yeah, I teach at a yoga studio in town Wednesday mornings and Friday mornings, so it's hard for me to
Oh,
switch
yeah.
those days. Um, I know I should have looked, but by the time I finish my class on Friday, I wouldn't be able to get here till earliest 11:30 on Fridays. And I know that's kind of an odd time. I don't know. Deb and Adrian. I know. I love. That's why, like, hi. I saw you speed walking that way. I was like, I didn't think that you were gonna come. So I'm glad you made it back. Hi, Satish. I have a question for you. Um, when the dot is under the S in Sanskrit, you pronounce it. Okay. We're studying the locks and the keys at the studio. Hold on, I don't have my teacher book. Okay. Ladies, we're gonna start in a minute.
You say that too. You're better off. I know. Same. Oh, okay. I know it's kind of nice to have the day though. I mean, I guess I feel I'm trying to look on the bright side.
Yeah, usually we're up and out, so I have to wash the sheets, so we have to sleep in them all night. That's the one that I have to get up and wash and
Yeah.
silly things like that.
I know.
Yeah, our champagne problem.
Yes.
I love it. Champagne problems.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, I really like that. I'm gonna use
That one. Somebody told me that, and I've never forgotten it.
Champagne problems. Forget how to do this. Pin. we get back to view? There we go, gallery. Okay. All right. How we doing? Who's
Good, how are
teaching?
you?
Who's teaching?
We're hoping it's you.
All right, so just another housekeeping note that starting next week, this class is gonna turn into a vinyasa flow, and it's gonna be 45 minutes. Sort of a prep to see how we do with it. But the idea is when we start season in November, that the vinyasa flow will be 9:30 to 10:15, and then 10:30 to 11:15 will be yoga and meditation. So 2 45-minute classes back to back. So we're doing May as sort of a primer. I know, you know, they have to budget-wise cut the number of classes offered. So yoga and meditation on Wednesdays is done. And then Tuesday now will become this 45-minute vinyasa flow. And it'll be intermediate level, because really for it to be in 45 minutes, sort of like a wake-up yoga class, the idea is we go right into sun salutations to get the body and the blood flowing, and then incorporate some intermediate poses in a flow.
Great.
That's the idea.
Sounds good.
Yeah. All right. So how are we feeling? Good? Good. Glad to have you back, Steve. I know. So let's just come to a seat to open the practice, closing the eyes. We're softening the gaze. Sit up nice and tall. Let your sits bones root down. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Hold it at the top. Slow exhale through the mouth. 2 more breaths like that. Inhale, holding it at the top. Slow exhale through the mouth. 1 more. Take a body scan. Notice where your seat is meeting the support beneath it. Without our 2 life partners, the earth and the air we breathe, we wouldn't be here. So take a moment just to acknowledge both of those. Offer gratitude. Just be aware right now of your senses, the external, sight, sound, smell, hearing, touch. And just examine all 5 of those for a moment and see what you hear, what you smell. Even with your eyes closed, what do you see? Then take a dive inside for a moment. Scan inside the body. Check in with your brain, your throat, your heart, your liver, your kidneys, your stomach, your intestines. And just notice if there's any parts of the body that need a little extra care today, any extra attention. Invite in this idea of self-compassion as a way to connect with yourself. Yesterday, we focused on ahimsa, which is nonviolence. So taking that a step further, when we practice self-compassion, it invites us to self-nurture, to self-care, to be kind and caring toward ourselves, and as an extension of that, toward others, toward all beings. So let's bring our hands together in front of our hearts, answering the question and rephrasing it into your intention. What brought you to your mat? What brings you to your mat today? This beautiful morning. State it as an intention. Just silently repeat it to yourself a few times. Could be a sentence, it could be one word. Don't think too hard. Don't be too hard on yourself if nothing's coming to your mind. Maybe if there is no intention, just pick one word that comes to you that you can focus on during your practice. And let's begin the practice with the sound of Om. Take a full inhale and exhale it fully out, and we'll Om on the next exhale. Drawing the corners of your face, your mouth slightly up, bringing a smile across the face. Happy to be here with you all. Flicker the eyes open. Oh, we had another person join us. Welcome, Peter. Let's come to tabletop. So starting in all fours, take a moment to find your alignment here where the knees are under the hips and you're stacking shoulders, elbows, and wrists. Spread your fingers. Really plug into your thumbs, the index fingers, and the tips of your third, fourth, fifth fingers. And then just notice your mid area, your torso. And notice if the belly feels like it's sagging. As a way to engage the belly, we draw the navel toward the spine. Feel that engagement. Feel the lengthening from the tailbone out through the crown of the head. And then add a little engagement here by pressing the tops of the feet into the mat. On your next inhale, move into cow pose by tilting the tailbone up toward the sky, lengthening, opening across the heart, lifting the crown of the head. And then on the exhale, you rock the pelvis the other way, tucking the tailbone, bring chin to chest and round the spine. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more time. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Really round, press into the hands. Stay here for an extra breath. And then come back to neutral. And let's rock forward, drawing the hips toward the earth a little bit. And then take your hips over to the right. Make a big circle. Take them back to your heels. Around to the left. Forward. You might hear some Rice Krispies in the knees. Big, big circle. When you come back to center, take that circle the opposite way. Really feeling the stretch in the hips, maybe in the knees a little bit. If there's a side of the body you need to stay on, rock it out a little bit. Come back to tabletop. Keep that engagement in the belly. Extend the right leg, dropping the toe onto the floor, and then lift that right leg up so it's hip height, leveling the sacrum. Float the left arm up, finding spinal balance. Take an inhale. On your exhale, round the spine, draw elbow to meet the knee. 2 more times. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen, bend your right knee so your foot is facing the sky, and lift that right foot up to the sky. And then see if you can sweep that left arm back and see if you can wrap the fingers around the ankle. If you grab a hold of it, then push the ankle into the hand to push that foot up, opening the left side of your chest. So feel like the work is happening by pressing the foot up to the sky. So Rochelle, try and flex your foot so the sole of the foot is facing the sky. Yeah. And now try and not draw the heel towards your sits bone, but try and push it away and then lift it up higher. Beautiful. Breathe in. Breathe out. And then release, not like a spring, but just with control. And drop back down to tabletop. Let's do child's pose in between. So take the knees wide, bring the toes to touch, push your seat to your heels. Use a block under the head if you need to, or just release the chest and the forehead to the mat. And breathe. So really using your breath here to expand the rib cage, feel the ribs flare out to the sides, maybe feel a release of tension in the low back. Breathe in, breathe out. Here we might start our Ujjayi breath of victory, where you are inhaling and exhaling through the nose, but place a constriction in the back of your throat on the exhale. Maybe mimicking the sound of the ocean. It's called the breath of victory, and it's meant to help regulate the practice and connect with our vagus nerve, longest nerve running in the body, which talks to our parasympathetic nervous system, turns it on, and helps to bring a state of calm. Inhale back to tabletop, bringing the knees underneath the hips again. Once you get there, extend your left leg back behind you. Lift that left leg up. Flex the left foot, push through the heel to lengthen. Float that right arm up and lengthen out through the fingertips. Draw the hips toward the midline, sacrum is level. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen, and then bend that left knee where the foot is facing the sky. Try and lift it up a little bit. Feel those muscles working. Then sweep the hand back. Grab a hold so that the heel is going to come toward the glute. But then once you grab a hold, open it up again, lifting the foot up toward the sky. So you feel that right shoulder rolling back and opening the right side of the chest. Breathe in, breathe out. Another breath in and out. Don't spring it out, but just release with control. And come back to tabletop. Walk your hands back by your knees. We'll take our left foot out to the side.
setting up for gate pose. So you want the left edge of your foot parallel with the wall, lengthen down through the low back, and then inhale, right arm up by the ear and side bend to the left, walking your left fingertips down the leg and reaching through the right fingertips. Try and press into that left foot. Breathe down. Breathe in. Breathe out. Beautiful. Keeping that right side of the chest open. Keeping the left side of your torso in line with that left thigh. And then exhale, taking that right hand down, left arm reaches up, pop that left leg off the ground, flex the foot, push through the heel. Breathe in. Breathe out. Maintaining that ujjayi breath. One more inhale. And then exhale, drop that left foot down and come back up. And we take the right foot out to the side. So same thing on this side, root down through the right foot, little adjustment, drawing that left thigh, left hip forward, inhale the arm up and side bend over to the right. Breathe in, breathe out. One more breath in and out, and then taking that left hand down, right arm lifts up, pop that right leg up, flex the foot and push through the heel to really lengthen out of that hip socket. One more breath in and out, and then dropping that foot down, bring that knee back in, tabletop, tuck the toes under, lift the knees and shins off the mat, and then push back so your belly's on top of the thighs, then slowly straighten the legs, finding downward facing dog and pedal it out. Drop one heel, bending the opposite knee and just alternate. And then maybe coming up high on your toes, heels lifting off the mat, really try and press back, low belly toward thighs, sits bones lifting up toward the sky, feeling that beautiful extension in the arms, in the spine. And then let the heels drop naturally. And then I want you to bend your knees, come about halfway toward the mat. And once you get here, again, push the low belly toward the thighs. And now I want you to think about widening the space in between your sits bones. And then once you do that, straighten the legs again. Let the heels drop down and just observe, notice if you feel any shift in your downward dog. Breathe in, breathe out. We're going to inhale the left leg up, three-legged dog, and then hug that left knee into the chest. Rock forward, back is rounded. Keep rocking forward, and try and bring that left foot forward in between your hands. Nice, nice. So it's a little bit of core work to really bring it all the way forward. So see where you can engage in the core to make that happen. And then just rock forward and back a little bit here, get some movement. And then the next time you rock back, straighten that left leg, extended pyramid. You can use blocks under your hands as you need to. So both legs are straight, that right heel lifted, getting a nice deep stretch for the back of this left leg, the hamstring. One more breath in. And then we're gonna exhale back to low lunge, drop that right knee down, sweep the arms up on Jnanasana. Top of the right foot onto the mat. Full breath in and out. Hands to heart center, twist to the left. Lean the body forward to hook that right elbow with the left knee. Press the palms together to help open the left side of the chest even more. Option to tuck the right toe under again. Lift that right knee for twisted low lunge. Just an option. You can keep that knee down. Maintain an even breath. Breathe in. Breathe out. Drop that right knee down if you lifted it. We all meet with our hands in front of our heart. And then bring them out to the side for cactus arms, goalpost arms. Inhale, draw them together. Exhale, open up. Inhale them together. Exhale, open them up. One more time, inhale them together. And exhale, open up and then reach them up by the ears again. Sweep them down, tuck the right toes under. We're gonna take that left foot back, finding plank pose. And then exhale into downward facing dog. Finding that same downward dog that we did with those little adjustments. Inhale, right leg up. Three-legged dog, and then hug that knee in. So engage your core, hug it in, rock forward, and then bring that right foot forward in between the hands. And then just rock forward and back a little bit. Forward and back. And then we're going to transition into extended pyramid, straighten that right leg. Draw the chest toward the right knee, modify with blocks as you need to. That left heel lifted. If you feel like your right hip is moving forward, draw it back a little bit to help even out those hips. Align the sacrum. Next, inhale, rebend the right knee and drop the left knee down. Top of the foot on the mat. Sweep the arms up on Jnanasana. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Hands to heart center, twisting open to the right. Lean the body forward to hook the elbow with the knee. Press palms into each other to really find an opening in the right side of the chest. Option to tuck the left toes under and lift that knee up. Making these decisions mindfully, intentionally. Lowering the left knee, bringing the hands back to center. Inhale the arms up and then cactus arms. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Reach the arms back up and sweep them down. Let's go into plank pose. And this time lowering either chaturanga or knees, chest, chin, or dropping the upper body all at the same time. If you're coming all the way down to the belly, come into cobra. If you did chaturanga, transition into upward dog. And then we're all going to meet in downward facing dog. 5 breaths. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Look between your hands. We practiced this a little bit yesterday, either a light hop forward or walk the feet up. And inhale, lifting up halfway. Find that flat back where you really feel the lengthening from your tailbone to the crown of the head. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. Float the arms halfway up, out, reaching straight out from the shoulders, and stay there, really engaged in the core. And then bend the knees, lift the upper body to stand. Straighten the legs, reach the arms overhead. Big swan dive down into forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, step both feet back to plank. Lower down, chaturanga, or knees, chest, chin. Inhale into upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale into downward dog, 5 breaths. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Look between your hands. A light hop forward or walk the feet up. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, fold. Let's hang out here for a few breaths in Uttanasana. So if you're having any chat or struggle having the hands meet the earth, bring the earth to you. Relax the head, maybe shake the head yes and no. Release tension out of the neck. And then let's roll up to stand. So deep bend in the knees, really let the head hang. Take 2 breaths to roll up. And find mountain pose, Tadasana. Full breath in and out. Moving into a standing series. So bring hands to hips. Bend the knees a little bit. We're going to step the right leg back. Find your high lunge to start. And then drop the right heel down. So finding warrior 1. Your feet are on 2 planks of wood here. So if you need to widen your stance, you can wiggle the front foot a little forward. Straighten the right leg. The hands help turn the hips forward, sinking in. When you're set, float the arms up by the ears for the full expression of the pose warrior 1. Draw your pinkies, turn them in toward each other a little bit to help the shoulders externally rotate. Full breath in and out. So keep staying here in warrior 1 and think about some adjustments. So if you feel any sort of clenching in the low back, try and lengthen the tailbone down. Try and straighten that right leg a little bit more and press into the outer edge of the right foot. If you feel your shoulders moving up by your ears, draw them down. But still feel lengthening through the arms. Beautiful, everyone. 1 more breath in. And then let's bring hands to hips again and come back to high lunge. So turn that right heel, lift it up. That right leg is still straight. And then I want you to step that right foot in a little bit and then drop the heel. So the right toes, you're still on 2 planks of wood. The right toes facing forward. We're going to come into pyramid pose. Let's add arms. So bring the arms up. Turn your thumbs down. And then bend the elbows. And see if you can find reverse prayer. Inching the fingers up the back and drawing the palms to touch. So you're going to fold, you're going to round forward a little bit to start. But then when you press those palms together, you open the chest. If that's not working for you, just interlace the fingers and bring the knuckles to your sacrum so that you're still drawing the elbows toward each other and getting that opening in the chest. So lift the chest, legs are straight, and we're gonna hinge forward. So lead with the chest, lead with the heart. Come halfway, check in with your hips. If your left hip is leaning forward, draw it back. And just work here, or maybe continue to lower so the chest is moving toward that left knee. Pyramid pose. Yes. So different, openly, and now hinge forward, but try and draw the elbows toward each other. Yes. Yeah. Doesn't it feel good? Yeah. Release that reverse prayer at any moment if that's just too much. But if you're, come back up. So interlacing the fingers, you're here, right? And then knuckles here. So see the difference if I leave my elbows out to the side? I want to draw them back. And then hinge forward. So then I'm still getting the opening in the shoulders if reverse prayer isn't happening. So you're still getting that opening in the chest. And then we are back here. Release, bring that right foot forward. Let's do a vinyasa in between. Inhale the arms overhead and exhale, dive forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, step back to plank pose and lower your choice, chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Inhaling into cobra or upward dog, and then exhale into downward facing dog. One breath here in downward dog, and then look between your hands, either hop forward or walk the feet up. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, fold, reverse swan dive to come to stand, arms float overhead, hands to heart center. And we find ourselves in mountain pose, able to reset, full breath in. And out, hands to hips, we're gonna step our left foot back. Start in high lunge. So we've got our hips facing forward. Our feet are on 2 planks of wood, and then drop that left heel down. Your left hip is gonna wanna turn back, so you wanna bring it forward. Maybe deepen the bend in that right knee. Straighten the left leg. Arms, when you're ready, reach up for warrior one. I love this song. Beautiful. Gaze looking at something not moving, almost where you're able to lower the vision just a little bit. One more breath in. And out. Pop that left heel back up. We're in high lunge, hands to hips, and bring that left foot, step it forward, step it in a little bit. Toes are just slightly turned to the left of 12, but not by much. And then if you want to try reverse prayer on this side, thumbs point down to get that rotation in the arms. Then bend at the elbows. See if you can bring those, you start with the pinkies, sliding them up in the middle of the back, then bring the palms together. And once you bring the palms together, then the shoulders roll back and the chest lifts. If not, interlace the fingers here, bring them to the sacrum so your elbows are drawn back, and then we'll all hinge forward. Get about halfway, check in. Level the hips, draw that right hip back. And maybe continue to bring the chest toward that right knee. So pretty similar to extended pyramid, but a little different. Both legs straight. One more breath in. And out, and then slowly lifting up. Release that bind in the hands, step that left foot forward. Inhale, sweeping the arms overhead. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step both feet back to plank, and just drop your knees down. And then sit back on your heels, rocking off to one hip to swing the legs around in front of you. Move the flesh away from your sits bones. Sitting up nice and tall, draw the right knee into your chest and let that knee drop down to the floor. Inhale the arms up by the ears and then slight micro twist to the left. Hinge forward. Coming into Janu Shirsasana. That left foot flexed. Think about leading with the heart instead of rounding the back. With each inhale, lengthen the spine. And with each exhale, hinging a little deeper. Breathe in. And breathe in. Inhale to lift up and bring that knee up and then step it over the left leg. Bring the right hand behind, Ardha Matsyendrasana. Inhale, left arm up. Really press into the toe ball mound and twist to the right. Breathe in. Breathe out. Exploring the sensations that are going on here with the twist. Twists invite us to bring in self-compassion. We're massaging our intestines. The health of our gut has a direct relationship with our brain, with our mind. So wringing out any toxins that are stored here. One more breath in. And out, maybe turning the head just a little bit more over that right shoulder. And then come through center, take a counter twist to the left. Rocking a little bit onto the sole of that right foot. And then press back up, and then I want you to bring that left heel toward your right sits bone. Let this right leg come over. So we're coming into cow face pose. So it looks like this, where you want to try and line up your knees and start inching the left foot back out and then flex both feet. So take a block, grab a block and throw it under that right hip to help to even out a little bit. Right hip. Woo. Fun block. Okay, so if that's not working, come onto your back and do it. So you're on your back, you cross the knees, and then you can get the same pose, drawing the knees into the chest. Yeah, so yeah, close. You just want to try and draw. You want to try and draw this knee, the top knee, closer, let it drop down. And then flex the feet. Flexing the feet helps protect. So everybody, let's everybody rock onto your back. Keeping the legs crossed. So your thighs are hugging. Notice how you can get your knees in line with one another here. So the tricky part is keeping the feet in the same plane. Like your left foot wants to lift up, and then try and reach forward and wrap your hands around your calves And then draw the shoulders back down to the mat, drawing the knees and the thighs in toward the chest. Keep your feet flexed. So that's cow face on your back.
That's easier.
So try and wrap around the top. Yeah. And then flex your feet and try and, yeah. Well, yeah. Keep your feet turned up, yeah. Pull and turn your chest. Yeah. Does that feel good? Slide this knee this way, yeah. So that the bottom knee is really in the crux of the back of the other knee. And then try and bring your feet out to the side a little bit more. So that's where you want to work, because you can do this. If you want to try, because when we're on our legs, see how it's hard to take it out. It's like here. See how I can pull them apart? And then the more you can work toward pulling them apart, then you'll be able to do it on seated. All right, so release that. Take the hands underneath the knees and rock back up to a seat. Extend the legs out in front of you, other side. Cow face. So we didn't get to add the arms, but in cow face, then when you add the arms and you reach back, and then that again, drawing the elbow up, so you're opening the chest. Okay, so let's start with Janu Shirsasana. Draw the left knee in, let it drop out to the side. Right foot flexed. Inhale, arms up. Like micro twist to the right. Hinge forward. With each inhale, think about lengthening the spine. Think about really almost like you're lifting the upper body out of the hips. Try and press the back of the right leg into the mat. One more breath in. And out, inhale to lift up, and then we'll step that left foot over the right, coming into Ardha Matsyendrasana, our twist. Press the toe ball mound of the left foot into the mat, twist to the left. 5 breaths. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, deeper into the twist. Bringing your awareness again to the inside. Picture the organs getting this beautiful massage. Inviting in self-compassion. One more breath in. And out, release, counter twist to the right. Rocking onto the bottom of that left foot a little bit, chest dropping toward the floor. And inhale to lift up. So transitioning into cow face. Bring that right heel towards your sits bone, but then rock down so you're on your heels. So now your left foot is still on the mat, right? Lift it up and draw it to the right a little bit. To draw the thighs closer together. This right foot inches up so that the feet, your toes, are in the same line. This left sits bone is going to want to come up. You could, a blanket really works better, but so if you practice this at home, if you put a blanket under, that's the right one. See how that lifted and equaled out my seat. Mm-hmm. So again, take it on your back. Let's roll back. Really hug those thighs into each other so the knee is aligned. And then reach with your hands over the top of your shins and try and get your toes at an equal height, flexing the feet. And with your hands, try and pull the legs apart even more, drawing the thighs and the knees in toward your chest. Try not to let your sacrum, the low back, lift too high. You don't want the sacrum to round. Breathe. Feel that stretch? Flex the feet. Yeah, beautiful. Nice job, everyone. So, lift your legs up. Rock your hand around. Yes. Flex your feet. How's that feel? Better. Yeah, because your legs, when we're seated, your legs are going out to the side. So we're mimicking that. One more breath in and then release. Fingers under the knees and rock up to a seat. All right, we're gonna do shoulder stand. I want you to roll the top of your mat in towards you so that, can everybody see my mat, how I'm creating this edge here? So when I go back, I'm gonna let the tips of my shoulders be in line with that. My head is on the floor. I'm gonna walk my feet in to start, watch. I'm gonna take the legs up and I'm gonna come into plow so that I can bring my hands to my sacrum and notice how I'm drawing my elbows in. And then I lift my legs so that my sacrum, I'm cradling it. I've made like a seat with my hands for my sacrum, and the legs lift straight up. So yeah, that's okay. Actually, the thicker the better. If everybody had a blanket, I would actually put the blanket there. So no, thicker the better. So you might come. Your head's off of the mat. It is, yeah, because there's really not a tremendous amount of pressure happening if you're doing shoulder stand correctly. So come into plow. Make sure your elbows come in toward each other. Yes. Yes, nice. And now bring the legs up. Just to teach. Come into plow a little bit and get the elbows in a little bit more. So your hands come there. Yeah. And the fingers pointing up. And now, try and bring the legs back so they're facing the sky. How's that feel? So see how you're still bent in half a little bit. You can, yes, there you go. And now lift back up. Bring the elbows in a little bit more. So you bring my elbows in a bit more. A little bit. You're almost there though. Yeah. And now try and straighten the legs up to the sky. So that you're holding yourself. Just even. Okay. So come back. Let's do it with a block for you. Let's do supported shoulder stance. So let yourself come onto the block. So bring your feet down for a minute. And when if you want to come back into plow, and now come back. Yeah. All right, my friends at home, how we doing? So Deb, try and bring the legs upright now toward the ceiling. The feet toward, yeah, yep. So I like to think about moving my thighs forward. So if you watch come back up. So see how I'm moving my thighs and my hips forward?
Yes, and you're not
Instead of-
affecting your neck.
Right. I should be able to come around and slide a pencil under everybody's neck. So there's no pressure, there's no compression on the neck. All right, to counter this fish pose. So let your mat go back down. Take the legs out in front of you and then bring one hand under your one seat and under the other. So already right here, we're lifting our chest and the elbows are in close, and then slowly lower the forearms and the elbows down to the mat. So stay here, you're looking at your toes, and I want you to draw those elbows in even closer and lift your chest. Slide onto your hands a little bit more. So I'm pressing my forearms into the mat and I'm sliding my glutes fully onto my hands. Slide, 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 drop head back. Fish pose. So you're pressing into your elbows. Stay there. Press into your elbows. Really roll your shoulders back. Open the throat. So you want me to you want to take supported fish. So you get that opening. So this counter shoulder stand, because our chin is toward our chest and shoulder stand closing the throat. So here in supported fish or fish pose, we're opening the throat. So if you're in supported fish, stay there for a couple more breaths. Those in regular fish, lift up a little higher so you can release the arms out from under you and come on to your back. Let the whole back settle. Draw the knees in a little bit, but make sure you don't draw the knees in too much. I want your sacrum to still be in contact with the back, and just rock a little bit from side to side. Just take a couple of breaths here. So before we move into a rest pose, yogi's choice, take any pose that you'd like to take, either happy baby or the legs up. You could do the Bharati Karani where your legs are just floating up to the sky. Fish pose, just reflecting on it for a moment, helps improve mindfulness and self-compassion. It helps to balance our energy channels. Back bend, meeting a front chest opener. And then come into either constructive rest or corpse pose for your rest, or Shavasana. Let yourself take a deep breath. Slowly exhale it out through the mouth. So poses like shoulder stand,
like fish pose. Help to stimulate the spine, our cervical muscle, our thorax, the rib cage, the lungs. Helping us to relieve body fatigue and improve our overall health, stamina, maybe affecting our level of happiness. Taking a body scan here, starting with the toes, the feet, working your way up the legs, releasing any gripping or tension in the thighs, let them soften. Allowing your pelvis to soften. Releasing any feeling of holding yourself up here. Let the support beneath you do the work now so that you can fully release and rest. Letting the body absorb the effects of your beautiful physical asana practice. How your breath worked in concert, like a duet, working together with your physical movements. Bringing awareness to your organs again, picturing your heart, your lungs, your stomach, your liver, your kidneys, your intestines. Really inviting all of those organs to release tension, gripping, really picturing them softening. The shoulders rolling back, the neck softening, all the way from the earlobes down to the fingers. Release any tension in the arms. Bringing awareness to your face and releasing any tension in the jaw, in the cheeks, the eyes, the forehead. Releasing any tension in the scalp. And then really feeling this wave of relaxation move with your breath. Wave of relaxation sweeping over the top of you, down the backside. Maybe reciting the mantra, I am filled with peace, silently to yourself, to help keep the mind from chattering. Withdrawal of the senses to allow you to sink further into relaxation, not be distracted by the senses. There's always going to be distractions. It's how we react to them. filled with peace. And start to deepen your breath now. Maybe bring one hand over the heart, one hand to the belly, to feel the abdomen rise and fall, feel the chest rise and fall as you deepen the breath. And start wiggling the toes, circling the ankles. Wiggle the fingers, circle the wrists. Next inhale, maybe float the arms overhead for a long stretch. Feel that natural arch form in the back, and then draw the knees in toward your chest so that you're able to roll comfortably onto your right side. Pausing on your right side for a few more of those deeper breaths, allowing the energy to move from the heart through the body, enlivening you, reawakening you, enlivening you, waking up renewed and restored. Start to make your way up to a seat. My suggestion is rolling the chest toward the earth, pressing into the left hand and then the right arm, circling your way up. Keeping the eyes closed or at a soft gaze. Bringing your hands together in front of your heart, a soft bow of the head toward your heart. And take a moment to thank yourself. Take a moment to recall the intention that you set, honor that intention, maybe remembering it so it carries through the rest of the day with you. Our yoga practice is not just on the mat. So I invite you to practice any moments that you can today. Self-compassion. I am filled with peace. The light in me sees and honors the light in each of you. Truly an honor and a privilege to lead you in these ancient teachings. Let's seal the practice with the sound of Om. Take a full inhale and exhale it out, emptying the breath. Wishing you all a beautiful day. Namaste.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I loved learning fish that way. I didn't think I could ever do that pose. I don't think anybody really walked me. I think it's overlooked,
Yes,
you know?
I know. Thank you. Hi.
Bye, thank you.
You, Adrian. Thanks, Deb. Yeah, fish pose is, when taught correctly, and it honors, I was just reading up on it. That's why it inspired me to include it today. It honors, so in the ancient teachings, scriptures say that the Lord Fish, the Lord of the Fishes, brought us yoga. So there's two poses that actually honor the king, of the fish, fish pose, and then Ardha Matsyendrasana. So we did both today. And one is the twist. So it really, I always find twist to pull me inside.
Yeah.
But then fish pose, how open you get, and
After
it's
the
a
other one, it's really great. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
So I'll see you on camera next week.
Yay, that would be great.
Yes, I look forward to it, Nancy.
So yeah, so just the Monday class and the Tuesday, and then we'll see how we can. It's gonna be hard for me to do it in 45 minutes. I'm not the best at a short practice. But
it's hard to like settle in that way. You know?
I used to do a lunch express class for 45 minutes. So I'll have to pull out my old notes and the flows. But it is it is kind of an energizing practice, so.
We'll miss that. I really enjoy